Yo, what is up, everyone? The Dana White Contender Series Week 9 just got finished maybe about an hour ago, and I'm going to be going over the whole entire card from the first fight going to the main event. And pretty much before we even get into this card, wow. That's all I can say. Holy shit, like, wow. What a awesome fucking card. Genuinely, very, very good card. Very good finishes. The decision fights phenomenal. I mean, seriously, this, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but this may be the perfect card. But we're gonna go through the entire card, starting with the first fight: Luke Fernandez versus Rafael Pergentino. This fight, I mean, if you see right here, 15 seconds, it ends literally instantly. Pergentino, he opens up with faint jabs. Nothing really happens. Fernandez pretty much just has enough of it, and he decides to just go in with a 1-2, knocking Pergino the fuck out. I wouldn't say the fuck out. He wasn't flatlined, but he was definitely hurt really bad, knocked down really bad. And Fernandez just lands a couple ground and pound shots, more like hammer fist, I guess you could say. And Jason Herzog stops the fight. That's it. 15-second KO. Great opener. I was on my phone when this KO happened. I had to rewind the shit because, like, holy fuck, I did not expect this to happen. Like, seriously, I just feel like with the Contender Series, you don't know what's going to happen. Luke Fernandez, I had him winning this fight, and he got it done. So, yeah, awesome performance. He got a contract, too, as well. And once again, just awesome performance, awesome knockout. Didn't show shit, but for a light heavyweight, he looked really, really good. Especially physique wise, like he didn't look like a blob. He actually looked his boxing, like watching his highlights and the promo before he got into the fight with Pergentino. It was a really, just watching his reel. It was really good boxing from him. He seems to be a very like heavy boxer. Because his strikes are very crisp, very accurate, and he keeps them fucking hands up. Once again, that stance, he looks like a boxer. I could be wrong, but great performance for real. Moving on to the next fight, though. Oh shit, I fucked up the video. We have Luis Felipe Diaz versus Donovan Hendrick, or Hedrick. I've been fucking up his name ever since the fight started. I keep saying Hendrick, but Hedrick. This fight was overall, I didn't think this fight was like that bad. Pretty much it was just a bunch of back and forth. I said Lupe, did I say Lupe? Luis, I think that's his name. We'll just call him Diaz. Diaz managed to land a really solid lead body kick to Hedrick's ribs, just very nasty, damaging them, bruising them. Really bad, like for real. I wouldn't say he was hurt, but it was very nice. It was a very nice body kick. There was a couple times where he was able to snatch the back of Hedrick. Hedrick did really well at just staying composed and not really freaking out in those positions and getting out of them. There was a moment where Diaz dropped Hedrick, but it didn't really seem like a full knockdown. And yeah, the first round was just really like back and forth. Nothing too crazy. I thought Hedrick may have won it, but I think looking back on it and rewatching the fight, I think Diaz actually won it. Going into the second round, though, pretty much the same exact thing. There's a moment in the fight where Hedrick lands a takedown. Diaz tries to reverse it. Well, he tries to go for a heel hook. Doesn't seem to happen. Hedrick then fence grabs really bad. Like, seriously, like some Mark Hunt level of fence grabbing. Really insane. Even to the point where the ref swipes his hand off. He does it like 2-3 times if I'm right. Diaz, instead of going for the submission, he's able to reverse the position, and he's able to get up, get to the cage, where Donovan's able to land a 4-3, disengage, then come back and get I have it in my notes, but if I'm right, it was a 1. Yeah, it was a jab, and then with some body hooks, ending the combo. It was a pretty good, I guess, exchange from Hedrick. That was pretty much all significant. That was like the most significant thing that he did out of the second round. Near the end of the round, Diaz was able to snatch up Hedrick's back again, being able to get his back now, get him to the ground, take his back, and Hedrick was able to get away from Diaz's, or get off, I guess, turnover, not, have his back exposed to Diaz anymore. And Diaz managed to keep a top position. He got a couple ground and pound shots in until he was able to get the back take again, getting the rear naked choke. Very just nasty choke. I mean, Donovan, his eyes looked insane. He looked out of it. Like, seriously, he looked high as hell. That's kind of how he looked. But overall, I'm going to keep it real. This was definitely the worst fight on the card. Just even Dana was on the fence about giving Diaz a contract because Diaz, by the time the second round started, he looked just gassed the fuck out. Nothing against the guy, but he just didn't really. And he also looks like he's on roids. Like, once again, I didn't say that, but looking at him, holy shit. I mean, he looked like he was on roids. I don't know if he had injections. He had some acne. His shoulders, traps. I mean, I feel like you could say just his whole fucking physique was roids to fuck. Like, I don't even know that's a good thing. Doesn't make any sense. But really good finish from Diaz. And yeah, moving on to the next fight. Oh man, dude, this man, bro. Shout out before we get into this fight. Shout out Jacoby Smith, man. Shout out Daniel Cormier, and shout out Emmanuel. I don't want to mess up his name, but Emmanuel Rodriguez. This was just an awesome fucking performance from him, an awesome KO. So yeah, we'll just get straight into it. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Roque Conceicao. His name's a little, Conceicao, I don't really care. This fight, basically, just how it starts is with a lot of leg kicks, or I guess kicks, really, for about, I'd say 20, 30 seconds into the fight. And then there's a couple moments where there's just a lot of swinging and missing between the two, really trying to knock each other out. And then, the big moment finally happens because, Rodriguez does get knocked down. It wasn't a clear knockdown at all, but there was a moment where he tries to kick I'll just call him Roque, if that's his name. I think I'll just call him fucking Ro. I don't want to mess up his name. So Rodriguez tries to go for a leg kick. Ro answers back with a body straight, which drops Rodriguez. And I think there was wait, what? Okay, well, this just completely threw me off now because there's literally no fucking stats. He did nothing. Wow. Okay. Well, anyways, what happened is Ro, he decides to pressure in. He throws a body kick. Rodriguez is able to push it away, answer back with a straight, dropping Ro to the ground, dropping him pretty bad. Rodriguez manages to land some hammer fists and some elbows until Roque is able to circle, I guess you could say circle around, stand up fully. Rodriguez is able to keep a overhook or a wizard. I'm not so sure. I think it is more of a wizard, but in my notes I did put an overhook. He is able to keep that. I'm going to just say overhook. He's able to keep that overhook on Roque's right arm, keeping his, only his left arm, being able to, for Roque it's his only arm to use and defend himself. Roque doesn't defend it. Rodriguez is able to land a knee right up the middle to Roque's chin, dropping him not even dropping him, my bad, hurting him really, really bad. Then Rodriguez starts answering with a blitz, answering back with a blitz of, he doesn't answer back. He starts blitzing with a barrage of hooks. All of them go through, dropping Ro. Ro goes down to the ground. He tries to engage in guard, managing to get an armbar on Rodriguez because Rodriguez is trying to get this finish. You can tell he's hungry. I won't say he fully got the armbar because Rodriguez was able to rip the arm out, get some ground and pound shots until Ro was able to get up again, where Rodriguez can land another knee and then just finish the fight with another blitz of hooks until the one perfectly lands on Ro's chin or temple. I don't really remember. Knocking him flat the fuck out. It was insane, just pressure, insane pace. Rodriguez is fucking fast as hell. He looks good as hell. He's from Tough. And watching this fight, even just, the next fight that we're going to get into, man, the Dana White Contender Series shits on Tough. Tough is just such nothing against the show either, but I just think, when you talk about which show brings the business, I guess, or brings the fighting element, it will always be the Dana White Contender Series. You get your quick promo, and then you get the fight, you get the performance. If it's good, you're in. If it's not, you're not. I mean, and then with Tough, it's just different. You can have bad performances, but move up. It's a tournament. Nobody really cares about Tough either. That's the thing, is most of the time, because the UFC never wants to push any new stars. Remember, back then in Tough, you had Rampage and Rashad Evans. You had fucking what's him call it? Joseph Benavidez, Cejudo. I mean, those weren't huge stars either, but you had Dillashaw, Garbrandt, McGregor, Faber. Like, I'm not trying to say like which one's a big star, which one isn't, but those are iconic seasons that people have those funny moments and they love, man. And it's because I mean that was a time to push your name. Like Tough really meant something, and then Dana White Contender Series came in, completely killed that shit. I just really think overall, like tough fighters, I'm gonna keep it real. They should get a chance on Contender Series. They don't always get a chance, I feel like. Which I'm not gonna lie, I think we've had two tough contenders or members or whatever the hell that have fought on the Contender Series, so I kind of take that back. But still, it's just how I feel about tough. It's just not as serious as the Contender Series. The Contender Series, it brings it when you see champions from what champions do you see from tough? Currently, seriously, besides if it's a female fighter, maybe I never see anyone else that is a ultimate fighter or what that is from tough. I don't know why I tried to spell that shit out, but that is from tough and is a champion right now. I could talk about the Contender Series though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for one, we got JDM, and a bunch of other dudes that are coming in from the Contender Series that are fucking scary. Maybe not top elite prospects or contenders, but come on, man. I mean, like I said, there is no other show putting out as much heat as the Contender Series has with every single week. Even the first one, I don't give a fuck because at least in some way they were able to make a star with Bay. May not be a star, but to fight one day and then to fight the same fucking week. You fight a Tuesday and then you go on and fight a Saturday. Insane. No one does it best than the UFC. No fight or organization. I do wish the promo was a little bit better, but anyways, I'm fucking rambling on about the UFC and blah, blah, blah bullshit. This is about the Contender Series, goddammit. So we are going to get into the next fight, which is Adrian Luna Martinetti versus Mark Volgadin. Bro, absolute peak. I have to put my hands up for the absolute peak. Or cinema, my bad. I just fucked that meme up so bad, but absolute cinema. I don't know why I have my hands up still. But this fight was holy shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie, when it first started, I had also I didn't do my picks, but I had Rodriguez winning. I'm not gonna lie, I've been if that's the third fight, I've been 3 for 3 right now, so I don't know if I told you who I had winning this fight. I had Martinetti winning this fight, and he did win this fight, even though I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect him to win, mainly because I thought Volgadin did a lot more in the first and third round, which, because those were the rounds where, holy fuck, like there was just not as much output as Martinetti put into as he did in the second round. Holy fuck, man. The first round, though, I'll talk about that. Volgadin, I thought he did really well with his size. He just was very smart with circling, moving out, kind of keeping distance, but not, just staying in one place for Martinetti to get off his teeps or leg kicks. He also did pretty well with his defense and his boxing. His jab was money. Martinetti, once again, or not once again, but going into the first round, he just didn't really... He got dropped, if I'm right. I mean, it wasn't counted as a knockdown, but he did get dropped by a pretty big lead hook. Mark just looked a lot better in that first round, a lot fresher. And Martinetti saw that and he just fucking went for it, dude. Holy shit, man. When I tell you that this is the greatest fucking round, this second round, it's the greatest round I've ever seen in my life. And then last weekend we had the third round with Yuri Prohaska and Khalil Roundtree. This round was insane between the both of them, but Martinetti more. His ability to just land body kicks and head kicks and elbows in the clinch over and over and over, cutting Volgadin really bad on the top of his eyebrow or the top of his eye, cutting him really, really bad. Almost looked like they could have stopped the fight. And Martinetti, man, the violence, the adversity, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it was there. The beast. Ali, you're a nice guy, but you're not talking to a person that's just gonna let you talk like that. This man Martinetti is fucking just that round. Both of them. I mean, Volgadin even got his own moments of getting elbows, getting knees, even some boxing exchanges with his jabs and hooks, if I'm right. But like I said, Martinetti just looks so fucking good, dude. It was so insane near the end of the round. Volgadin, he's taken, I want to say, pretty much like 20 to 30 body knees, just straight to the chest, over and over and over. Like, it is insane. You can see both of them just destroyed, gassed, fatigued. Like, they blood on both of them. They are fucking just doused in goddamn blood, man. Volganen falls over because he is just gassed. It looks like Martinetti is able to get the finish. There was a couple, was able to get the finish. There was a couple, there was like maybe like 6 or 7 seconds, 7 or 6 seconds left, if I remember, when Volganen goes down. Maybe there was a little bit more. Martinetti didn't really do anything with it. He won the round, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm honestly shocked that it didn't become a 10-8 for Martinetti. It was such a good round for him. Honestly, for both of them, though, looking at the total strikes, like, I don't know, man. Like, if I told you this was from the Contender Series, you wouldn't believe me. You would think it was from an Apex card or an arena fight or a pay-per-view. This came from the fucking Apex, dog. Really thinking about the second round, man, I'm not even going to say 10-8 because Volganen did do damage. He did have really good moments, especially with his short uppercuts, if I'm right. I don't know, was his hooks or uppercuts? I mean, he was really smart at being this small fighter and using that to his advantage. That's kind of how I feel about Volganen. Both of them fucking iron hearts. I don't even know how to, like, chin of I can't even explain it, man. The third round, though, going into the third round, Martinetti starts to, in my opinion, he starts to be a lot more smarter now. He doesn't want to get in this like marauder type fight. He decides to shoot a takedown. He gets it on Volganen. He manages to keep it there he manages to stay at top position for about maybe like a minute, 45 seconds, a minute, get some elbows down. Volganen, in my opinion, when this round started, he was landing really good shots. He was doing damage, even when they got up, because Volganen was able to scramble out. It was a pretty solid scramble, especially for being in the third round, and they're completely gassed the fuck out. Just that warrior mentality, man. A lot of respect for just both of these dudes. But Martinetti was able to, near the end of the round, land another takedown. I'd say about a minute 30 left, and just remain there for the rest of the fight. And he won the fight. I think, if anything, he won the second and third. I think that's fine. Volganen definitely won the first. I thought Volganen won the first and third just because of his output. He had a lot of output, but so did Martinetti. Both of them did. I mean, this was insane to see, especially after the fight. You have Dana coming out, talking to Laura instantly, saying that they're both going to the hospital. They're both getting contracts, and they're both getting $25,000 bonuses. Now, listen. This is another thing that I want to talk about. Just real quick. A lot of people, I mean, maybe not when it comes to the Contender Series. I guess I understand when it comes to pros and stuff, man. But most of us have never gotten a chance to see what $25,000 are. You know what I'm saying? To like actually see that amount. So I just feel like some people, they just view that as that's not really shit. To these guys, though, Dana just changed their lives. Of course, I'm not here to debate and just say, it's a fuck ton of money. It is to my standards for sure, and probably these guys' standards. But hey, I don't know your guys' standards. I'm just saying, I think $25,000 was a really good bonus to give these guys. Hell, I'd even say 50. I mean, seriously, this was insane. I mean, like I said, like, looking at the stats, insane. That's it. It's just insane. Like, fight of the year, fight of the century. I don't know. Like, that second round will be put in the books, put in the Hall of Fame, just like the Ultimate Fighter did when Forrest Griffin and Stephan. I don't even know if it was Stephan Bonner. I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. My casual ass, but hey, I know it was Forrest Griffin. But that fucking war, like, it's just fights like these, man. These are fights that they make memories. They are the reason why I love the UFC. They're the reason why so many other people love the UFC. So shout out Adrian Luna Martinetti and shout out Mark Volganen. Amazing fucking fight, man. I wish I couldn't move on. I wish this was the main event, but we got to move on to my boy John Pork. Holy fuck, dude. Bro, it's just Lucas Caldas versus Magomed Zanukov, aka John Pork. holy fuck, dude. This man, John Pork, 26-30, 26-30, 26-30 across the fucking board. I'm going to keep it real. When this fight started, Caldas did pretty well in just staying in the pocket, fighting. You know, he even managed to hurt Magomed or I guess John Pork, my bad, in an exchange. I think it was like an elbow, if I'm right, or a hook. I don't really remember, but he dropped him in the first round. Really, I mean, not a really good performance, but in the first round for Caldas, it did look like he was able to, stand and bang with this mofo. John Pork didn't work though. Even in the first round, I thought John Pork won it mainly because of the output. I mean, he had like 40 something leg kicks, maybe not 40, but he had like 25, 30. He had an insane amount of leg kicks going, out of that first round. And then a bunch of just, mainly his 2-3 that I want to say is a really good 2-3, and that's what carried over to that second and third round, which I thought was very, very dominant on his behalf. Near the end of the round, Caldas was cut, and it just got so much more worse because he took so much damage, dude. I mean, literally so much damage. Just the leg kicks were tearing up his lead leg was destroyed by the start, I would say, of that second round. Just couldn't move. His form was just completely shut out. His speed, his power, all of that. John Pork just shut that shit down. I'm honestly surprised he didn't even hurt Caldas, like dropping him in any moments at all. There was moments where Magomed would get a 2-3 and then switch it to like a 6 straight to the chin of Caldas, and he would just take it, or a head kick. He did that a couple times where he would go 2-3 and then a high kick and land it just clean. But, overall, just dominant fucking performance. Holy shit. And especially lightweight. Like, this dude's super fucking fast. These guys were, in my opinion, fighting like it was light heavyweight. They looked huge. They were fighting like, I mean, literally every punch was going to knock them out. Caldas, like, I'm surprised Caldas, even in that third round, he managed to hurt Magomed in that, near the end. I think that was the elbow exchange, actually, and that hurt him. That kind of shook Magomed. And yeah, I mean, this was just, Magomed did really good with his teeps, leg kicks. He's a Muay Thai champion, and his Muay Thai was just perfect. Literal definition of perfection. He looked just clean. I can't wait to see this guy fight. I'm not a big Dagestani fan, but I'm going to say this much. John Pork, you got a fucking fan. Just pretty much everyone out of this card, besides maybe the second fight, I'm a fan of now. And this fight was just, this card was really good, man. I'm not going to deny that at all. It was a fucking phenomenal card. Awesome performance, masterclass, if you want to say. Absolute war between two fighters that they both won it and they both fucking got it. Insane finish from a very huge prospect who I think is going to do a lot of damage in the flyweight division. Just, it seems like a very scary guy for a lot of power. Very boring decision, or very boring finish, or boring fight that ends with a finish. Not the biggest fan of it. And then you have the opener, which just is what an opener should be every single time. Flat out domination, KO. 15 seconds in. Yeah. This card was really good, don't get me wrong, but was it perfect? No, it wasn't. I can't give it a 10 out of 10, man, but I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it the hardest 9 out of 10 I could give any fucking review, any 9, anything. Like, this was, sorry, excuse me, but this was peak. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys for watching. Did you think this card was a 10 out of 10? Let's see. What do you guys think about this weekend that's about to happen with Gamrot and Oliveira? I'm not going to lie. I don't think Gamrot is going to win the fight, but I do think that he is going to give Oliveira a run for his money. I still think Oliveira is going to win, though, watching that fight marathon that I watched a little bit of. Oliveira's jiu-jitsu, man. I mean, I got to watch Chandler versus Oliveira back, and then I'll see, because, I ain't going to look at Topuria versus Oliveira. I might, just to be a little, Topuria fan. Yeah, and also, man, real quick before I end this shit. Oh shit, y'all are looking at my notes. That man Topuria is about to go on a fucking run, man. Rest in peace, Justin Gaethje. Rest in peace, Patty. Rest in peace, Holloway. Rest in peace, Armin. It's over. And if you know, you know. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of y'all's night. And yeah, I'll see you. Thank you for watching. See ya.